EDG 的下路一直以来都打得挺好的，因为毕竟辅助是打了很多年的一个老玩家了，然后配上一个新的 AD， 我觉得更有冲劲嘛。我觉得 EDG 的下路真的打得挺好的。我这赛季的个人目标肯定是每一个比赛都能够进到决赛的，然后肯定再去拿冠军嘛。就是首先肯定是要进入决赛，我觉得这是我一个打职业继续打的就是一个目标吧。对。
Well, that makes sense if you're Uzi. You're always going to be chasing that title if you have not picked it up just yet. There's been so many times where he's come close to picking up a championship of any sort, and it's only been All-Stars last year where he picked up the first one.
Yeah, I like how humble he is. He basically doesn't go the full way. He says, "I'm going to go into the finals and then win the championships," which is logically correct, but it sounds a little more reserved, I should say. And also, like the funny thing about it is, he never remembers iBoy's name. When I interviewed him, I asked him, who's the AD carry you're looking for? He just says, oh, the guy on EDG. He doesn't even remember the guy's name.
Did you not see our opening video comment? He says, you know what, if the young blood want to take him down, they have to go through him first. He doesn't care until someone beats him. He does not care. He's erased whatever happened last split. He says, you know what, this split, I'm still the king.
I just love that fact about him. The way to play the bot lane in this patch is not to go super aggressive. It's actually to pick scaling champions. And what we've seen people do is that they will pick a hyper carry and then pair it with the Olaf. So if the enemy team tries to punish with something like a Varus, then they just go chop him down.
EDG also did not have much physical damage in that matchup. He threw a Maokai and a Z. What the heck, Karsa? Flex on him, buddy. Picks up a Lee Sin straight into EDG in game number 2. Even Uzi's giving a little bit of a smile there.
Now, I have to say that in Karsa's understanding, Lee Sin is actually a very hard counter to Olaf. He does have the early burst damage to take Olaf down before he can do sustained damage. So he's favoring that matchup even without the Tracker's Knife.
I mean, Tom Kenship was their next lock-in, trying to keep Uzi safe in that bottom lane. EDG go for more of a cross-map play champion as Talia gets picked up into Xiaohu's Rise.
Yeah, this is what we expected. You do need that mid lane to move more, and the Talia is the pick to do that. However, like we said, this does give a late-game advantage over to RNG, where they have that Rise split push.
Now heading into the second draft phase. This time both teams have kind of swapped things up. RNG still very...
Have to focus there.
We've already seen when they played with Hope as their AD carry. Mako picking up the Shen support. He was able to rotate towards top side of the map and break through another lane. Oh, he's not going to do it, is he? They banned out so many AD carries.
Oh, come on. No,
the crowd is cheering for it. They're screaming for it. He doesn't lock it in. Instead, it's going to be Kog'Maw picked up.
Well, it's a safer pick. Vayne is still not seen competitively after 8.2. The nerfs hit her incredibly hard. So Kog'Maw is the easy answer. You do win your lane more, and you also have the Tahm Kench to back you up.
Seems like EDG almost forced him onto this champion with the composition that RNG have picked up. You don't usually want to see an Ezreal paired into a Tahm Kench in the bottom lane. Final pick for RNG, however, is going to be a Vladimir heading into the top lane for Let Me. Now, do EDG flex the Shen pick?
This does give Rumble over to EDG, and we know Ray can play that champion. It's a super hard counter. They're letting Ray off. They're going to put him on Riven?
Ooh, first we see the Vayne hover. Now we're seeing a Riven hover. Come on, don't do this to me. We already got a Lee Sin locked in here. I'm already action-packed in this match.
I want to see it. Come on, Ray. Don't go on a tank.
He could try and take it to Let Me. Ray has been the facilitator. It wasn't last one, but he locks it in. We're going to get a Riven in the top lane for EDG.
Now, it's our second Riven, actually our third Riven, sorry, in the LPL so far. We've seen Jinwoo play it. We've also seen a Riven jungle already. So it's not a new pick so far in the LPL, but it's still a high pick.
We know that it's one that is picked up into Gangplank. Haven't seen too much Gangplank in patch 8.4. However, EDG, last time that we saw Ray playing a playmaking champion topside of map paired up with Mako to support, they're going to leave iBoy alone, and this time we can really see them try and take the skirmish to RNG on the top side.
I like this adaptation. Look at that top lane from EDG. What combination is going to win a Riven versus Olaf top lane? That's such a mean and menacing top lane. I like that they are able to shift their focus from iBoy away and into the top lane with Ray.
And when you look at the standings in the LPL at the moment, yes, top of the table, it's going to be the likes of IG, Snake, or even Rogue Warriors who are leading the charge. And even though these two teams didn't have had shaky starts to this split so far, these are still the two giants, world's representatives for the LPL. On top of that, they were the finalists last year, where we saw a fantastic best-of-5 series during the summer split. Now they're going up against each other. It's the only time, Clement, that we are going to see these two teams face off across one another during this cross-conference.
And there's such a high chance that we see these two teams face off in the playoffs. Remember that we do play, you do play second from second from the east, and third from the west. That's how our playoff structure works. So with RNG on a lower seed and EDG on a higher seed, there's a very high chance that these two teams meet. This is a playoff preview.
And we've seen these two teams change up how they've drafted. We've got a Lee Sin picked up by Karsa. We have a Riven heading into the top lane. EDG don't want this to end the game number 2. They want to take it to game 3.
Vladimir?
Hara was able to find Karsa. Karsa ward jumps away to make sure he doesn't get locked down by any of the axe throws. EDG still looking to try and make good trades against Ming here. In fact, going all in against the Tahm Kench. He's incredibly low. Heal's been used by Uzi. iBoy will be able to jump away though, and EDG say, you know what? We're going to take down your support.
That looks like a bit of miscommunication from RNG. If you look at UZI, he actually wasn't firing until very late into the trade. About 2 or 3 seconds have gone past before he started auto-attacking. So I guess they just didn't expect that.
EDG showing they can still go towards their playstyle, dominating the bottom lane, even though it's Uzi as well as Ming playing down there. Taking a look at what Letme has picked up to go up against Ray though. Starting with that Kleptomancy, you can see picking up these zombie wards as well through domination.
Yep, you do really want to have that Feast of Blood, so you can sustain better in lane. This matchup is very dangerous for Letme, excuse me.
Well, let's take a look at that bottom lane fight once again. Ming just gets locked down. Mako and iBoy execute this quite well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Ming had his gray shield at all, and probably UZI understood that
he was available for both Ming and Uzi, but a double flick back comes out from Scout. Ming's trying to keep Uzi alive, flashes away. Can Uzi get out alive? No, he can't. Hara lays down the lightning. Mako flies in from the sidelines as well. Ming's trying to escape, but it's not going to happen. iBoy picks up 2.
And that's the mid-jungle priority we're talking about. That's what decides the bot lane in 8.4. Without RNG, without summoners, it's really easy to pick up those clean kills. And Riven has basically been a front. It's like, okay, we're going to throw Ray in the top lane, but all of our focus is actually still going to go bot.
They're going to be able to pick up first turret off the back of that as well. EDG snowballing a nice and early lead for themselves. It's all been about the bottom lane in this matchup so far, even though we've got a no teleport Vlad and a Riven in the top lane.
Yeah, a lot of it has to go to the
from EDG. Now they're trying to push through the mid lane as well.
I don't understand the reasoning here from Letme. This is such a weird build, and if we do get a chance to interview them, it's something I want to know.
Definitely. I think everyone wants to know at the moment. Whereas Karsa as well on this Lee Sin, he's going to get flicked back and taunted as well. Karsa, the MVP from last match, just gets cut down.
And that was careless. He wanted that extra minion gold and wanted to clear the wave, but EDG were there to punish. There was 3 people there waiting for him to do it.
And that's who I was going to talk about. We saw a gank coming out from Karsa, but not much. Ray, he's popped the ultimate. He's going on top of Letme. He does have the stand united from Mako. Flashes forward, tanks the turret aggro. He has to now try and jump out. Does he have a shield? No, the last turret shot doesn't go through. EDG get a kill on the top lane.
And this is the Mako we want to see. Seeing him on Shen is a pleasure. This is his best champion by far, able to make so many plays around the map. Oh, that's tough. Good prediction from Scout.
That's who I wanted to talk about. Well, we're not going to be able to do that because top lane, this is just Ray forcing the issue against Letme.
Yeah, and they can do it because they know they have that Shen stand united coming in as well. I feel like Letme actually W'd a bit too early. The pool did not dodge anything really. He needed that for the ultimate, and with Shem cutting down, he was just a dead man.
Easy pickup for EDG of these small camps as he possibly can before EDG pushed him underneath the turrets, and Ray actually going aggressive against Letme in the bottom lane. Doesn't use the ultimate.
Yep. Letme not really afraid of the situation either. No, he has the level lead, so he's basically freezing the wave here. And
Ray is close though to level 11. We'll be able to get there shortly. Lane assignments coming out from EDG is quite similar to what we saw from RNG. Sitting there, AD carrying the top lane. Scout still in the mid lane with both junglers rotating in and out both sides of the jungle. Sorry, jungle and support rotating around the jungle.
This is basically the farm up time before EDG can start doing the Baron bait. There's still 3 minutes until that objective comes up. What they're trying to do is just take away all the jungle resources from RNG and further their lead.
EDG actually looking to try and see if they can push for some damage in the top lane inner turret. Xiaohu's been cut off, does have flash. Mako flies in, has cleanse, doesn't use it, doesn't use either summoner spells there. EDG get a kill. Ray's also looking for a one-on-one in the bottom lane. Letme's used his ultimate, so has Ray. Will heal back up slightly. Riven does win the trade, but doesn't get the kill.
Yeah, but this is going to allow EDG to push into that top tower. This should give them a couple more
Riven is being that he's going back down towards the bottom side of the map.
That was a very close escape coming from RNG, actually. If Haro managed to land any one of those axes, it would have been an easy catch.
Well, there's that banner minion. Mid lane turns really low. Mako, however, takes so much damage from it. Xiao flashes forward, and Uzi gets that last auto attack to take him down. Slowing down Ray as well. Letme's found a flank. Has Protobell jumping on top of that. Gets on top of iBoy with the flash. Good damage on towards him. He's going to go down. Uzi gets another one for himself. RNG find a team fight, and they take down 2 members of EDG.
What an amazing play coming out from Karsa. Actually kicks Mako, front loads all of his damage. No stand united possible coming out from the support there. And they also catch Scout out of position to
Also jumping into the back lines. EDG, though, look like they're going to try and make the first proactive move in the bottom lane. Locking down Xiaohu with both Ray as well as Scout. Good damage goes down towards this Rai. He should fall. RNG lose their split pusher, but what do they do to respond? Instead, looking for flanks in the mid lane. Uzi wants to get damage onto Mako and iBoy, who separate themselves from the team, make sure they don't take anything.
Great answer from EDG, trying to pinch down the teleporter from RNG and taking back the mid lead.
We'll be able to get good damage on towards it. Instead, they've caught out Haro. Forced to use the Ragnarok, goes very low. Ming's trying to see if he can lock down that minion, but Uzi wants to step up and get damage as well. Slowly chipping away. Ray and Letme are going out on the top side of the map. Ray looking to dive in towards the inhibitor turret. Letme forced to use the ultimate to heal back up. Gives Ray enough time to take down that turret. And mid lane inhibitor is going to be broken by EDG as well. RNG can't quite defend against this Baron right now.
That was really good from Ray. Oh, but Karsa comes in!
His kick Scout in towards the base, instantly flashes back over, starts a team fight for the team, and he pays for it with his life. EDG are going full force straight towards RNG's base. They return the favor, they take it down. Scout rides the wall, but gives Uzi a double kill. iBoy's into the backlines, jumps into a top catch, into the Nexus, he's killed Uzi! iBoy takes down the veteran, it's going to die to the Acathia's surprise, but EDG win the team fight.
Yeah, and they will get the inhibitor as a consolation prize right there. Good reaction times all over the board, but only just a big mistake from Scout right there. If he managed to keep himself alive, I actually think EDG had a chance to end on this push.
Potentially, iBoy as well. If he could stay alive there, that definitely would have been EDG picking up the win, but they break the base. They get 2 turrets for themselves and the inhibitor.
Oh, that was such quick reaction from Karsa, but good reaction time from Scout as well. Manages to keep himself alive, but the big mistake from the Talia, riding the wall in. He already had them trapped. He could have had iBoy just finish off. He should have hopped off the wall a bit earlier, but instead gets himself killed right there. iBoy with the hero plays, however, going through Uzi.
He tries to stay alive as well instead of jumping forward to pick up that kill onto Rise. Still had his heal available as 4 members, but they have to put up a last stand.
It's going to be all about Xiaohu. He's the only one with enough damage on this team. Letme doesn't have the flank anymore.
Buster shot comes out from iBoy, knocking back the tank. Xiaohu trying to go toe-to-toe against Haro, forces the Ragnarok, but the Nexus turrets have fallen. They're going for the Hail Mary play. 1 kill for iBoy. Stand United keeping him alive as well. Ming's going to fall, and suddenly you see flashbacks everywhere. Flashbacks everywhere, Clement, because they're taking him down. A triple kill. And did you say, you know what happened last split? Do you remember summer split? It's happening again. We're going to game 3.
Do you remember the reverse split, reverse sweep RNG? Because here it is. It's coming back again. The Crownless King. I know, Uzi, you have that feeling. You have that feeling in your gut. Is it going to happen once more?
Interesting strategies coming out from RNG, but still this match was all about EDG. 2-on-2 plays going their way in the bottom lane. Able to swap things up, play more towards the top side of the map. Haro had a much better game on the Olaf as well.
It really was about the